welcome back to Story's Craft. As always, this is Story. Oh boy. Ugh. I had a week. A week I had. Was not fun, but hey, I survived it. What? 3825. Oh, jeez. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, that was a really... Okay, I found my old bag, so... Instead of put 8325, I put 3825, and I was looking at my legend to see. Yeah, Saturday was kind of one of those weirdo days for me. I was hyped, I was going, and yeah. Go figure, right? So my week was a little bit like I was off my game completely the entire week. So nothing bad happened. Just not having a really good time. Mom and I have been basically self-quarantining our house. We're only allowing nurses to come in. So, and not going anywhere at all, like most people should be doing by now. And like you guys are probably doing as well. So that leads into a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, which my mom and I, we had a fight on last Sunday. And it was basically her saying I don't do very much around the house. I diamond paint too much. You know, typical little fights. But what really sucked was we did it in front of a nurse that works here on Sunday nights. And it's like, oh, great. Now what? But families always fight with each other. There's no getting around that. As Mom said, you fight with who you love. And there it is. I'm all looking over for my thing. But it wasn't too bad of a fight. It was just more, trying to get me to understand where she's coming from. She's really worried about this whole COVID-19 thing. And here I am. I can't think about it because thinking about it would equal, thinking about losing my mom. Don't want to do that. So, at the very end, we started just talking to each other afterwards. I bawled my eyes out like a little baby, and Mom listened to me, and I told her, I don't like fighting with you. I understand where she was coming from. There was a lot of things that she said that felt like she was saying, I don't do anything around the house. I don't help out. But we talked about it, and she apologized for coming off the way I felt like I was, like she was coming off. And we just, at the end, we just talked a little bit, and here I am. Basically, I cannot deal with fights at all. I can't. And she got me really stressed out. And I turned to her, I was like, you know what's going to happen, right? And she's like, yep, you're going to buy some diamond paintings. I'm like, yes, ma'am. I was on a no buy until now. So what I do? I go buy some diamond paintings. So there goes my no buy. I'll be getting those in on Monday. Speaking about Monday, homeschool starts for us. Yeah. That'll be fun. Some of their classwork is easy because they're disabled. So their work is modified. It's not going over all the math problems and stuff like that and timetables, and no, it's not any of that. It's just little modified work. So, I mean, it looks like it's going to be interesting. We got our basically a care package today for the next 6 weeks. So we'll be able to do all the work with them and see how things go. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of fun. So I'm kind of looking forward to that and kind of not really looking forward to it because I still have my own schoolwork I've got to do, which tomorrow I've got to turn in 2 papers, and I'm hating this current term. I really am. History of photography sounded interesting until you actually get into it. And it's not so interesting. So, but yeah, fun stuff. So, excuse me. And again, I don't have COVID-19. I have a cough that never goes away. I cough 24/7, 365 days a year. Some days are actually really bad, where I'm coughing my head off and gasping for air at the same time. That's fun. Then I also have asthma. When that flares up, I have a big old coughing fit. And that can last up to 2 hours or more. If I'm not smart enough in knowing that it is a coughing fit or an asthma attack, and taking my asthma medication, which is basically a rescue inhaler, and that's it. Take 1 or 2 puffs of that, and it should go away within a matter of minutes. So, and y'all, it is getting scarier by the day as well. I went up to Walmart last night trying to get a few items, and I went after we put the kids down, and the store was closing in 30 minutes. And I'm like, crap. And of course, I didn't hear any of the announcements until 23 minutes in. Well, not 23 minutes. They announced at like 8:07 that they were closing at 8:30. It was in 23 minutes, and I was like, oh, the rush is on. This is just weird. So I got everything that I needed to get, almost everything I needed to get. which right now my mom is trying to make distilled water because that's the one thing that we need, and we can only get 1 gallon per purchase. So it's not like I'm gonna charge up my mom's card for 6 individual charges of distilled water. That's a waste of time, and yeah. And the only reason why we need 6 gallons is we go through a lot of distilled water at my house, and that's because 2 of my brothers need distilled water for the humidity, and my mother and I both have CPAPs, so of course our CPAP machines need distilled water. And then if my mom does a nasal rinse, she needs distilled water for that. So, fun times. Crazy how things are going, and the lockdown continues, where everybody's like, oh, it'll be, 14 days of quarantine. Nope. 14 days of quarantine is turning into 2 months. Well, it's probably not 2 months, but sure in the heck feels like it. And that's when everybody goes crazy, and everybody gets to revisit old memories. Like for me, for instance, remembering my grandfather a lot during this time. Keep looking at the Navy paintings, like I need to get back to that. But it's still getting really hard for me to get back to it because that's who I think about all the time when I'm doing the painting. So it's beautiful though. And then my mom and I are getting at each other, like I said earlier, having that fight on Sunday. So that was something else. And then me trying to find other entertainment because I'm trying to spend less time in my room, more time with the family. I don't want to watch what the boys are watching on the TV, which is mainly cartoons. I don't have any issues with cartoons, don't get me wrong. But the cartoons I like to watch are anime shows with a lot of blood and gore in them. For some reason, some of the anime shows that I actually really like has blood and gore in it. And I can't stand the sight of blood. Nor can I watch a scary movie, but yet I can watch anime like it's nothing. Go figure. So far on TV, I have watched all of Merlin, all 5 seasons. I've watched Lost Girl. I watched Fate/Zero, which is a really strange anime. And I'm watching another series of Fate. It's not Fate/Zero, it's Fate something. I don't remember. All I know, it's basically one of the peoples in the first series, his daughter is carrying out something that he was doing. I'm not going to go into it in detail unless, in case if you guys want to go watch it. But that's quite interesting. So, you get to see the little girl all grown up. So that's where I'm at right now on TV. Though I'm doing diamond painting and watching TV at the same time. So, yay me. Today at work, it was actually kind of, last weekend we had no calls whatsoever coming in. So every 3 to 5 minutes, I would have a phone call. And nothing later. Today when I clock in, we have almost 100 people on the phones, and I'm looking at the count. I'm like, you're kidding me. You're going to do something now? You're continuing on with everything going on? I would just shut everything down and be like, okay, we shall wait. Be like, no, we are not going to buy this, I said before I bought some diamond paintings. So yeah. What else was going on this week? Not very much, actually. Not a lot was going on. I was just really stressed out, basically. Trying to change up my habits and trying to do little things here and there. I do know this. So on Monday, I'm getting my shipment from Diamond Art Club. Because I purchased the paintings, of course, last Sunday, which will be March the 31st. They shipped it out the next day, which was April the 1st, I believe. Oh, no. March the 31st was on a Tuesday. So it was March the 29th. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. It was March the 29th when I placed in the order. And it was shipped out the next day, which the next day was my little brother's birthday. So he's now 6. You guys will not hear me calling him my little 5-year-old little brother anymore. He's 6 now. He had an awesome little birthday. We just basically sang him happy birthday, and he ate a cupcake. And he loved the cupcake. He wanted a cupcake and not cake. So we got him cupcakes. Excuse me. Gotta be careful with this. So he had fun. We opened up presents. He got Sissy. And by how he got me was he doesn't have that much control with his hand. So where you and I would make a fist, we would tuck our hands in like this. Him making a fist is kind of like this almost. And depending on how he's doing it with force, his nails will go into you. So, yeah, he needs a good, he needs his nails trimmed, which is something that I need to try to do. It's kind of hard to trim his nails, though. He's all spastic, and so we're trying not to Oh, sorry, my hand is going to sleep. He's very spastic, so his hand goes like this, 90 to nothing. Or jerks, like, really fast jerking. So it's hard to trim his nails. It's hard to do any basic care with him, basically. His right hand is a lot better than his left. His left is the worst side. And we have issues with that all the time. So, but, not too bad. He had fun. That's all that matters. He was excited for it. He didn't care if he had to be inside and couldn't go outside. It rained on his birthday, which was kind of sad because I wanted to take him outside again. Found out that he likes to go outside a lot, but since it was raining, we didn't go outside. And then we had a cold front come in, and it's like, oh crap, now what? Sorry, I'm trying to keep my hand's going to sleep or numb something. And it's my left hand that I'm not using right now, so I think I might actually have to go take a break again. I took a break before before recording this video. But every so often, if I stay in one position, like right now my arm is crossed. So if I stay in that position for too long, that's where I get all the numbness and going to sleep issues. And I also need to start filling in down here because this sticky stuff is getting to me. So, but I mean, that's pretty much how my week went. It wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty good. Just not the staying on the game type of thing. So, still alive. I'm still kicking it. I say random things all the time. If you're not used to my randomness by now, I'm sorry. So I think I pretty much told you everything I needed to tell y'all in like the first, how much have I been recording right now? Almost 30 minutes. And normally I'm a lot more talkative. Like I was really talkative last Saturday. And then today, not a lot has been going on. So, basically not a lot been going on this entire week. Not enough for me to come on here and update all that. Probably have more to say next week because we're doing homeschooling. Look. So, I'm going to try to get done with this yellow, and then I'll probably call it quits on this video since I don't have a lot to talk about right now. And some of the things, like subject matter that's going through my brain right now, I actually probably need to think more about those before I actually say anything on those, because sometimes I say the weirdest crap all the time, and most people can take that very negative on what I say and how I say it. And I try to think about it all the time to help myself, it's kind of like coaching myself, or rehearsing, yeah, that word that I can't pronounce at this time. I try to get my thoughts in order as well. It doesn't help because during the week I'm thinking about all this stuff, and I'm usually, whenever I'm thinking about it, I don't have anything to write it down with, so I forget everything. Let's see. Okay, so I was waiting on 5 paintings from China. 2 of them have been shipped. I just got done with one. That one you won't see until May 4th. Today's April 4th, and I just finished it, and in a month you guys will see it. Due to the unboxing schedule. So I have you guys covered with the unboxings all the way up to the 5th of May. I may... Uh-oh. I hate it when my phone goes off when I record things. Okay, it's just AliExpress. Wanting my attention to buy things from them, and I'm like, no! I don't want to spend my money. Not with you. Not right now, because you're still waiting on 5 paintings. So, not 5 paintings. I'm still waiting on 3. But anywho, so the only thing I'm worried about on the unboxing at this time is the therapy box, which that is scheduled to be public on the 21st of this month, but I haven't gotten April's box yet. So, I'm waiting on that. Hopefully I get it before then so I can do a quick, little unboxing with it and get that situated. At least that's the hope. Because I would rather, really get it before then, just so I have the unboxing and I can publish it as soon as possible. So you might have a week without an unboxing. And that is completely out of my control. If it was in my control, I would have the unboxing already scheduled and done for April. But it has to be shipped out to us. And right now, as you all may know by now, this COVID-19 is affecting this shipment. So at this time, it may or may not show up in time. And if it doesn't show up in time, and it shows up sometime that week, because that is literally 2 Tuesdays away from the 7th, which is my mom's birthday on the 7th. So if it doesn't show up before Tuesday the 21st, I will get that video up sometime that week, if it shows up that week. If not, y'all might get 2 unboxings in 1 week, because I'm trying to keep the TheraPlay boxes for that particular month. So if it's an April box, I'm going to try to keep it in April. I'm not going to schedule it out in May. It just means that you guys will be one less video. Though, if I catch it in time and I don't have the box before the 21st, so if the box doesn't show up on the 20th, I'll probably rearrange my unboxings, and so that way the painting I just finished, y'all be able to see that a lot sooner, because I want the unboxing to come first, and then the following week would be the finished painting. So that's something else I'm going to try to keep in mind. There's a lot of things I'm trying to keep in mind. Hit my head. I just need to bang my head against the wall or something. I don't know. But we will see how things turn out. Hopefully things will turn out fine, and I'm not going to stress out too much on the TheraPlay box. But if it doesn't come in by the 21st, then I'll just switch over some of my scheduled paintings, and that way you guys will still have a video, even though I am doing these videos once a week while we're quarantined, and I've actually decided I will continue this one with you guys after quarantine if I'm not finished with it before then. But once this painting is done, I'll be done with the Drill With Me's for now. I ain't gonna say they're 100% going away, because they probably won't 100% go away. They will probably pop up here and there. I am going to make a promise to y'all, and that promise is, if once I have 1,000 subscribers, yes, Drill With Me's will come back, because I did ask to get emails about who wants the Drill With Me's back, and I haven't heard from anybody. So at this point right now, since I really don't have the audience with the Drill With Me's, I pretty much, once I'm done with this, unless I have that audience or that 1,000 subscriber, whichever comes first, I'll be done until then. And I mean, the only reason why it's like that right now is because my majority of my views are going to my unboxings. I don't have a lot of views for the Drill With Me's. My 1 year stash video, I don't have a lot of views on that. So I'm trying to get, in a crazy way, I'm trying to see how many views I'm getting on certain videos and trying to focus on those to pull people into my channel and see if they will subscribe to my channel, which is going to help me out in the long run. So, and if I made you mad on that, I'm sorry. I do care. I do want to make everybody happy. But you have to be honest with yourself. Your girl's going to do what your girl's going to do. And if I have 0 views on these, especially when, they're uploaded, I don't expect, to have 100 views within the first hour. But having like 1 or 2 views within the first hour it's been uploaded, that's all I expect. And that's not even hitting. I usually get 1 or 2 videos, 1 or 2 views the following day. So I don't know if Sunday is the worst day to upload. I'm hoping it's not. But if it is, oh well, it is. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to get those views and those subscribers at this point. I'm trying to do a lot of things that I can think of doing to get me kind of secured. And that's half of what my mom and I fought about on Sunday. I mean, we didn't fight about like I should quit YouTube or anything like that. It's more of, what are you going to do if something happens to me and you can't afford this place? So it's like, I got to do something now, because the job I have right now, I won't be able to work with them if something happens to my mom. I can hope my mom will get all the boys on with an HDS worker, which will mean, I get to apply for that job again. And there's one way of me earning an income while staying at home and taking care of the kids. So if something did happen to her, there's no way I would be able to work with the job I have now and afford any of my bills. So I've got to find out or figure out some way to do something, just so that way I still have that time that I need with the kids, and I can always, put aside some time for myself, especially when they go to bed, but not staying up super late either. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about. I'm trying to get ahead of things. I'm going to try to retry my shop again. I mean, right now I have cover minders I've made myself. So hopefully those are a big hit. And I sell enough of those. I would make drill pins, but the most popular drill pins I can't make. And those are the hand turn, the fat ones with 2 ends on it. So you'll have the single placer and you'll have the double placer. I can't make those at this time. Then you have people who have 3D printers and who are making trays and wax containers and you name it for diamond painting. And it's like, I can't make that at this time because I don't have a 3D printer. So there's that out of the door. I don't even know how much it's going to cost for a 3D printer and the materials. Then I'm thinking, I can make tins, because right now you have the creator who made patty wax, but then she's doing her own tins, and it's like, I don't want her to come at me for, designing some tins on my own and selling them as accessories to her patty wax. Basically, putting down that you can use these with patty wax. I don't want her to feel like I'm taking her business away, because she did a really hard job on the patty wax, and so far it's good wax. It's just, it's different. So I don't know at this time. I know a lot of people make cover minders and selling cover minders. Those are easy to make. They really are. So I'm just trying to think out of the box. I'm trying to come up with a lot of things at once that I could sell, because that would be another thing that I could do on my spare time. And still have time for family and stuff. I know Donnie, she mentioned in one of her videos before that she has USPS coming over to her house and picking up the packages. But during this stuff right now, I haven't watched any of her videos in a long time, so I don't know how that's going for her. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to think of to make an ends meet in case if something does happen to my mom. This way I can pay those monthly bills. I won't be able to afford the house that we're in, because I won't be able to pay any mortgage or anything like that. And that's almost $2,500. So, and there's no way I could afford to pay any of that stuff. So that's where most of my stress is at right now. Just trying to figure things out now versus down the road, because I told my mom, my attitude is I will deal with it then. I can't deal with it now. It hasn't happened. And that's my attitude towards it. But my mom's like, well, you need to prepare just in case. And I'm like, to me, why prepare for the worst now than during the time to get my mind off of it? That's what I don't understand. But, I mean, in her mind, getting prepared for it now would be better than putting it off until the very end and dealing with it then. I get where she's coming from. It's just, and this might be my stupidness talking, but I don't want to think about losing her. I'm very close with my mom, and I love her a lot, and I don't want to fight with her. I don't want to lose her. So thinking about it is just something I don't want to really do at this time, and unfortunately I have to. And I'm sorry, it probably sounds like I'm complaining about it, and I'm not complaining about this at all. This is just something that I'm stressing over, and I really needed to get it off my chest, because the more I stress over something, the more I get kind of depressed. And I've noticed if I vent or talk about it and get it off my chest, I'm not stressing over it a lot. and I don't get into that depression state. So, and being depressed is not fun. Dealt with that, done that. If you want to know the story on why I was depressed, I can gladly tell y'all. Y'all can let me know if you're interested in that. But having things that depress you out is something that, personally for me, I can't deal with. Because getting back in that state of mind, that's something I never want to do again. So, and please don't take me as, I'm griping over the fact that I have to think about what's going to happen if Mom passes. I'm not griping over it. It's just, I'm stressing over it in a way. So please don't take it in the wrong way. I really hope you don't. I mean, there's a lot of things I have to think about right now. Because at this time I have the 3 boys who will be in my custody if something happens to my mom. So I have to think about what's going to happen for them. How am I going to rearrange the nursing to cover my mom's shifts? Because my mom does work on 2 of the boys. So I have to think about that. I have to think about the fact that if she does go, there goes our weekly paychecks. And then I'm down to either a bi-weekly or a monthly paycheck, depending on the road I go. If I do the shop, I don't think I'm going to get paid every week. I think I'll get paid once a month with that. If I continue with my current job, that's every 2 weeks. And I won't be able to afford bills. If so with YouTube, you get paid once a month with them. And I only know this by watching other YouTubers discuss the payments and stuff like that. So you guys can definitely look into that as well by just searching YouTube on it. So if I do enough, I may be able to float, but I won't be able to float for long. I will sink eventually. And that's my biggest fear and my biggest worry right now is sinking and then trying to come above it. So, but hey, what's a girl gonna do for now? Alright, so I'm actually gonna get off of here now. I pretty much got all the yellow done, and I started working on the black, where the word Gryffindor is at. I started working there. And I don't really have a lot more to talk about. Plus, in about 30 minutes, I have to give meds. And I'm actually getting really tired. And I've got to work on a project as well, because I just got some drills in for that. So I've got to finish that project. So that way you have another finished video coming out. I want to get it done before Monday. So I've got to work on that. if ever I come on here and I just sound like I'm crying, just please note that I'm just going through a lot right now. And I don't want to bore you guys with personal things and get you guys involved in my personal life. I do apologize to anybody who found offense of me talking about, possibly losing my mom and trying to think of what I'm going to do. Please don't take that offensive. I needed to get that off my chest. YouTube is basically my outlet at this point to talk about anything and everything that I need to. Even though, most of y'all are probably just drilling away and listening, which that is totally 100% fine. That's what this video is for. But even though then, I do feel like what I say can be taken offensively, and I don't want to offend anybody. And so if I do offend you, I want you to know that is not my intention at all. So I hope everybody stays healthy during this next week. I will come back on here next Saturday and talk with y'all again and check up on y'all and see how everybody's doing. So until then, my friends, stay healthy, stay safe, and basically stay 6 feet apart from each other. Practice your social distancing. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.